To my case study on the Osefos using cardology. I want to throw out this disclaimer, say that this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. Wendy is a jack of clubs and her husband Eddie is a jack of hearts. On October 9th of 2025, they were charged and indicted on multiple counts of felony insurance fraud, a misdemeanor account of making a false statement to the police. I'm going to unpack how this is going to play out for her specifically using cardology. You are looking at Wendy's yearly spread for age 41. Wendy is currently in her Neptune year. Now, Neptune and astrology is all about behind the scenes, secrets, deceptions, the things that we do that people don't know that we do, right? As you can see, a lot of that shit is now on display. All of the lies, the trickery, again, the things happening behind the scenes that no one knows about is now being exposed. And in her case, as well as her husband's, it is these fraud charges, okay? Now, Wendy is displacing the Five of Hearts. That tells me that her marriage is definitely on the rocks. So I can expect later on in the year, there's going to be some news around a separation or possibly even a divorce. Because currently, and I do feel because of these legal issues that they're facing, their marriage is very unstable. Very unstable. Now, her environment card is the Nine of Clubs. The environment card tends to bring us blessings and opportunities. And it's interesting because the Nine of Clubs happens to be her husband, Eddie Osefo's Mercury card. So this tells me that he may be taking the weight of both of the parts that they played in this. He may be the one that goes to jail, the one that's, saying all of this was my idea. This was all me. She had nothing to do with it. She knew nothing about it. And the Nine of Clubs represents family issues, family drama, court cases. So obviously they are facing a legal issue. And again, this being her environment card, her husband can be taking the hit for both of them. This is just what I'm sensing. Now, the Four of Clubs is her Pluto card. And the Four of Clubs in cardology can mean being obsessive, right? Obsessively thinking over something, having a very fixed and unmovable attitude towards a situation. Now, because it's Pluto, this deals with like 8th house stuff in astrology. So this is telling me that she is obsessing over this case. Bad. I don't really think she knows what to expect in a sense, because obviously she's taken this shit to trial, but she's really obsessing over this. And I feel like from a legal perspective, they're really dissecting and assessing her and her husband's financial resources. So this can be in regards to if they have the money to pay for the legal representation, how bad are their finances. There's a lot of focus on their shared money. This does not look good, in my personal opinion. So, as you all know, the reunion just aired yesterday for the Housewife franchise that she's on. And she was playing the Six of Hearts and the Two of Clubs as her vertical card. The Six of Hearts represents holding yourself accountable and responsible when it comes to matters of the heart. And it's interesting because the Six of Hearts also represents reunions. So they filmed the reunion around January of this year. She's playing the card of reunions. And the vertical energy to this card is the Two of Clubs, where there's communication, there's arguing, there's back and forth. And as you know, the reunions is all about airing out any grievances, airing out things that were not said while filming the show, right? So she's going to be asked the hard questions. I'm very curious to see how she's going to answer, if she's going to really be in that professor form of I can only speak on this and that. But given it's a legal issue, she may not really be saying much. But her castmates are going to be, hopefully they're holding her feet to the fire and they're asking those hard questions. But the Two of Clubs just represents conversations back and forth. But this can be arguments. This can be disagreements. With this Six of Hearts, she has to be responsible. So she may need to speak up on certain things because sixes carry the energy of karma, right? So currently right now, we're in February. She started her Uranus cycle February 5th, playing the Ace of Hearts and the Four of Clubs. So this tells me that there's something new on the table for her, either some type of new information or some new type of project that she can kind of monetize on. Because remember, that Four of Clubs is her Pluto. This is shared resources. This is shared money. So there can be some deals on the table for her, to be honest with you. And it's so crazy how these people make a bag off of defrauding the system. It's really disheartening because it's almost like no one is ever going to be held accountable for the shit that they do, whether it's big or whether it's small. Crime is crime. So I think there could be some new deals on the table for her in regards to some type of creative outlet with this heart energy. So this can be like a book deal or some type of interview, some one-on-one interview, or even like some TV show, or like something is on the table for her and she needs the money. So it's very possible that she's going to, take up on these offers because they need the money. I'm telling you this right now, they need the money. Now, her trial is in April of this year, but around March 29th, she'll be in her Neptune period. And again, Neptune represents what is unseen, what is going on behind the curtains, what deception, what lies, what's happening. Around this time, into this trial, there are going to be more things coming up. And again, because this is her husband Eddie's Mercury card, it can be shit coming up about him. The vertical card is the Three of Diamonds. So this is more criminality. Like the Three of Diamonds has a positive effect, but in this case, it screams criminal activity, lying, cheating the system, misappropriation of finances, misappropriation of money. I feel like this may be her husband, that more shit is going to be coming out about these charges. Maybe more false claims, things not adding up. And the Nine of Clubs represents the card of family issues, family drama, as well as court issues. So I'm going to be locked in following this case because what I cackled at was the fact that her defense team is arguing that this investigation was flawed. They were unfairly targeted, which I don't understand how they were unfairly targeted. That all the aliases and the social security cards that they had on their person were used for package delivery privacy. I have no fucking idea what the fuck does that mean. Because I personally don't have any aliases or other social security numbers when it comes to receiving packages to my home. So what does this even mean? I feel like this is their attorney's way to kind of use play on words, look for these legal loopholes to get them out of this situation. But I honestly think that they are definitely going to be facing some form of charges. Best case scenario for her, I'm being really generous, is that again, her husband Eddie may take the fall for everything. Because you have to think about it. They do have 3 children. If both of them are doing time, I mean, and I know they have family and all this other thing, but I feel like from a man's perspective, it's not like I'm going to take the whole rap for this. So my wife can be